Yo, what is the word? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you've been here before, welcome back. I hope you're well. Hope everything's been good with you. I want to address something before we get to the main topic of the video here. And that's just, if you came from the comic historian videos, I do appreciate you, but I do want you to have a full scope and understanding of this channel, right? We discuss all versions of media, so that could be pop culture, music, movies, television, you know, just whatever I can get my hands on. That sounds crazy, but you know, whatever I can get my hands on pretty much. And if that interests you, stick around. Anyway, the topic of the video. So Complex dropped their top 20 funniest people on the internet right now, and suffice to say, Desi Banks wasn't happy. He felt like he should have been number one and kind of had a moment on the internet. Now, I'm gonna address everything in order, right? One, folks acting like Desi isn't funny or wasn't funny is crazy, because he did have his moments, right? So it's wild to me that even though he shouldn't have crashed out in front of niggas, or he shouldn't have said nothing in front of y'all, that it's wild for y'all to go back and be like, oh yeah, nah, he not funny, he was never funny, bro was never on it. That type of shit is just not fair to him, and also very disingenuous. But I mean, this has happened before. That's not really the surprising thing. Number two though, Drewski was always gonna be number one, and we give flowers over here, obviously. So shout out to Drewski and everything he was able to do. That's why he's won. His hard work is what put him at one. His could have been house, could have been records, going from the could have been auditions, stemming from what most would argue was the IG lives from what feels like back in the day, but it probably wasn't back in the day. That's where he found his success, and he's been able to do that, pop out on streams with Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart. That adds to his overall, you know, not, I guess, clout bubble. That adds to it. That's why we know who he is. That's why he's number one. He's number one because of the consistency that he's shown. And Desi, whether you like it or not, to me, you're funny, but you ain't outside like that. Not as much as he is. But if you pick in those spots and you start, you know, looking to get in contact with the Kais of the world, maybe the Rages of the world, the Bruce, drop them off, you know, those types, then you'll be able to create a segue and create a space for you to be that number one spot. To the rest of the list. The rest of the list is purely subjective. After Drewski hit 1, I know they have RDC at 3, Trey Rags I think is at 4, Lou Ratchet, I think he's 15th. I'm not 14. He might be 14th. I'm not sure. I don't have the list in front of me. But the rest of the list is purely subjective. So why anybody feels like they should be trying to gain something from this, or like draw an opinion on, you know, what the list should be, is crazy to me. Comedy in itself is purely subjective. There's something that I could think is hilarious that you don't think is funny at all. There are people that should be, to me, Trey Rags should be higher on the list, right? To me, you shouldn't have like a Vince Staples type person there, because that's just him talking. That's not an active like attempt to do like skits or anything like that. Like that's he just existed. Also, y'all missing people. So Tony, I'm not gonna butcher his last name. But he's missing. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Tony's missing. And that man's hilarious to me. 10 out of 10. Farad is somebody that I think is hilarious that's missing, right? From my more like YouTube side, Caleb City is somebody who's missing. These are people that to me should be on the list, and then you can argue for other people to be higher. The dude they have at number 2, I don't even know, bro, but it's not my list to make, and it's not really, you know, my subject to cover. At the end of the day, lists like these are purely subjective, and they're always going to depend on another person's opinion. Because of that, they'll also be divisive. Maybe you think someone should be higher, maybe you think someone should be lower. Be happy for the community that you have and the community you've built. Keep working till you are where you want to be. And even if you never get the recognition you feel like you deserve, as long as you focus on the ones that love you, the hate can never overtake you. If you made it this far in the video, you have to know that I appreciate you. Please don't forget to, you know, sub to the channel and leave a like. If you have your own list, or you feel like there's anybody that I left off, you can leave that in the comment section below. I'll take a look at that, of course. And yeah, y'all boys be easy, y'all boys be safe. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.